Directed and written by Jordan Peele, this horrifying thriller stars Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, Shahadi Wright Joseph, and Evan Alex. So, what is this awesome film about? Well, since it just premiered last night, I'm going to try my very best not to spoil anything, but if I do, well, let's just say you've been warned. And if you've been enjoying my videos so far, click that subscribe button. It'll help the channel grow, especially since the channel is new. Thank you so much. Anyway, so according to IMDb, the log line is as follows. A family's serenity turns to chaos when a group of doppelgangers begins to terrorize them. Terrorize them. Man, this is going to be really difficult for me to talk about without spoiling anything. So I'm just going to talk about what I liked about the film and what I didn't like and maybe some theories. Side note, this is how trailers should be, people. It's a great tease. It grabs the viewer's attention. It makes me want to ask questions. It makes you want to ask questions. And it doesn't make me feel like I just watched the entire movie in a minute, like some other trailers out there. Come on, Greta. Do better. Okay, let's watch this trailer.
That's a classic right there.
What does I got 5 on it mean?
It's about drugs.
It's not about drugs. It's a dope song. Don't do drugs.
Get in rhythm. There you go. There you go. Can't believe how big they've got.
You hear Gabe got a boat?
He's kidding, right?
He's not kidding.
Hey, I think it's vodka o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Jason?
Jason?
Where were you?
I didn't know if you were lost. Stick with me, and I'll keep you safe.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family? Hi, can I help you?
Zora, put your shoes on.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy. What are you people?
It's us.
They look exactly like us. They think like us. They know where we are. We need to move and keep moving. They won't stop until they kill us. Or we kill them.
Be careful.
So, what I liked about the film. The plot is pretty much straightforward with minimal flashbacks. Jordan Peele doesn't take long to dive right into the meat and potatoes of what the story's about. The rhythm, comedic timing are spot on. Other great things, the acting is amazing. The soundtrack was beautiful. I mean, it worked really well with the suspense, with the tension, with the thrills, with the comedy. It was spot on. The soundtrack was spot on. The cinematography was beautiful. Us is not a typical horror film with overused jump scares, which made it even better. I mean, nowadays, all the horror movies that are coming out, it's like the same formula being used over and over and over again. That's what I really liked about Us. It's not a typical horror movie. It's not. I I don't even know. I mean, it's described as a horror thriller, which I guess, yes, it makes sense. I mean, the best way I could describe it is it felt like a really long Twilight Zone episode. Have you seen the Twilight Zone? If you haven't, let me know. I've watched a few episodes. I haven't seen the whole thing, but it's trippy. And this movie was trippy. It's super trippy. The entire family is badass and not afraid to kick some ass. That was some of the best parts of the movie. The action, um, man, yeah. Every person in the family gets a chance to whoop some ass, just like Winston Duke's character Gabriel said it. If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy. The scissors are a symbol of cutting ties for the doppelgangers, cutting ties with their original selves, so to speak. I'm not going to talk too much about that because it kind of, if I talk too much about it, it kind of contradicts the plot of the film with what they wanted to do, and I'd have to talk about that. And I'm not going to do that because I want this video to be spoiler free because this just came out last night. The movie doesn't refer to the doppelgangers as doppelgangers. They call themselves something else. I guess that won't really be a spoiler. Yeah, because it's not gonna ruin your experience of the film. Yes, I'm gonna say it. They call themselves the tethered. The tethered. Which is what makes sense with the scissors because you'd wanna, if something is tethered to something else and you want to be set free, you're gonna have to cut that off. So scissors cuts the tethered away from, you get it. What I didn't like, this is going to be very difficult. Yeah, this is going to be very difficult. And I'm probably just going to have to nitpick at something. I feel like they didn't need to do that. The whole glove situation. I mean, is it a reference to like if the glove fits? I don't know. Maybe they could have used that part of the budget on something else instead of, wasting all that money on just gloves that don't really make any sense towards the plot. Maybe it's referring to something within their, I don't know, their skin or their body or I don't know, maybe something scientific that was maybe used in the cloning process to make them who they are. I'm not sure. Is it hiding something? Is there like a tattoo or a symbol of the organization that created the tethered? What is the gloves about? What is it about? I mean, if none of that was the case, then it just wasn't needed. If you take away the gloves, does the plot suffer? No, it does not. So take away the gloves. Buy some more sandwiches for the crew and cast. I don't know. Spend that money on more rabbits. I don't know. I would have liked to get a little more exposition on where the tethered came from. The film does tell us where they came from and sort of what they are, but it doesn't really give a full explanation. Like, who's the crazy psycho scientist who was responsible for creating them? That's probably a spoiler right there. I am maybe sorry. I don't know. But it's hard to talk about this film without spoiling anything because it was just so great. But yeah, who's the crazy scientists? What's the organization? Is it an organization? The film talked about tunnels hidden all around the United States. So when were they created? How long has the project been going on for? These are the questions that I want to know. Will there be a sequel? I'm not sure. Does it need a sequel? Maybe not. I don't think so. The movie's just a great standalone suspenseful thriller horrifying flick. And sometimes it's just best to leave it at that. Some theories. Is this film connected to Jordan Peele's last film, Get Out? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And if it was, I don't know how that would go. I don't The reason why I don't think they're connected is based on how Us ends, and I can't talk about that because then it's a huge major spoiler for the people who haven't seen it. But I don't think they're connected. And if they are connected, then we're just gonna get another Glass situation. If you've watched Unbreakable, Split, and Finally Glass, which connected the two films, you know what I'm talking about. If not, leave a comment and we'll talk about Glass. We'll talk about it. Because that movie was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And by the way, M. Night Shyamalan, I know you love twists. I enjoy some of the twists in your movies. You know, the ending of Split was a pretty cool twist. But maybe take a lesson from us on how to properly weave in the twist and how to properly reveal it so it just seems like a big explosion at the end. And not picking on M. Night Shyamalan or his movies. It just happens to be the thing that I'm thinking about right now as I'm talking about this. Now, what would be cool is if the events that transpire in this film are somehow referenced or tied into the Twilight Zone retelling or reboot or whatever they're calling it that we're going to be getting sometime soon, which is also going to be directed by Jordan Peele. That's going to be so awesome. So awesome. I mean, almost every single episode of the Twilight Zone is a mind-blowing shebang, and every single one of Jordan Peele's sketches are pretty much like that. His movies are like that. I feel like they found the right person to do this retelling of the Twilight Zone. It's gonna be modern. It's gonna be, man, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. If somebody else was directing it, I might not have been as excited about it. But since Jordan Peele is going to be hosting the retelling of the Twilight Zone, I'm all for it. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Like I said, it's really hard to talk about this film without spoiling anything. I mean, it just came out last night. So I'm going to wait a few days for more people to see it. And then maybe I'll do another video with all the spoilers I can think of. But yeah, just go see this film. I mean, it's even better than Get Out. It had a bigger budget. The thrills and suspense are more intense. Just go see it. Do yourself a favor and go see this film. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next videos I'm going to post are going to be about The Flash Season 5, Episode 17, titled Time Bomb, and Arrow Season 7, Episode 16, titled Star City 2040. Feel free to subscribe and click the bell to not miss out on future videos, and peace.